and welcome to Beads Jar. My name's Billy and today I'm going to show you how you can make up this Astral Galaxy necklace using our new Paisley Duo beads and a selection of jump rings. For our exciting necklace project, we're working with these brand new Paisley Duo beads. So I've got this fabric colour, which it just reminds me of kind of a galaxy. I love the effect on those. We have the check O beads, which have a slight rainbow effect. This rather fabulous cranberry colour, so that's a size 11 in the Miyuki seed beads. And then also in Miyuki we have a plain black size 15. We'll be threading them onto the 8-pound smoke Fireline, which I've already pre-cut, so you've got half a metre here, or just a bit more, sort of maybe 60 centimetres, onto a size 10 beading needle. We'll be finishing our project with the 10mm trigger clasp, and I'll be using 5mm jump rings to connect my spirals together. Tool-wise, we've got the precision scissors and 2 pairs of flat nose pliers for opening my jump rings. The first part of the project I'm going to show you is our spirals, and we're going to create a larger spiral for the first middle one. So this is going to be our middle spiral for the necklace, and we're going to use 11 Paisley Duos. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. So we've got 11 Paisley Duos here. The other 4 we're going to be using 9 Paisley Duos. So 11 for the centre and 9 for the 4 either side. So you take your beading thread with your beading needle, and we're going to thread our Paisley Duos. So you're going to go through the hole, and we're going to do them all in the line, and they all want to face the same way. So we're going through the tapered top end, and they're all going the same way. Just move them off my needle. There's my 11. I'm going to do one last check to make sure I have got 11. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. And I'm coming down the beading thread. I've left a tail end here of Fireline, and this is where I've come out with my beading needle, and I'm going to go around all those beads again. So through all those paisleys with my beading needle. As I'm sure you've noticed, this looks a bit of a mess at the moment. That's because they're all not sitting correctly, and as you pull that 2 ends together, you'll notice they all lie flat. So we just pop that circle there. So I've got my tail end and the Fireline, I'll get there in a minute, Fireline with our beading needle on it, and I'm just going to tie a knot with these 2 together. So I'm just going to bring that in and tie a knot. So that my paisley beads are sat in the right place. We're now going to take our thread, and we're going to come around the paisley bead and through the bottom hole of the paisley beads. So I'm coming out of the bottom there. And now I'm going to add one of my cranberry size 11 seed beads in between each of these. that's the tail end, so I'm just moving that out the way. We will be coming back to that later in the project, and I'll be showing you how to tie that off, but for now we're just going to stay with the actual making of our spiral first. So I'm just keep picking up these cranberries and I'm going all the way around. So this is the biggest circle in our project. The others we're going to do have 9 beads, not 11. Okay, so that's the last filler in size 11 that I need. I'm bringing back through the paisley next to it and one of the size 11s. And there we have our beautiful spiral effect. So as I say, I've just come out of the size 11 and now I'm going to be picking up some more beads. So what I want to do is I'm going to take 3 of my size 15s. So I'm going 1, 2, 3. I'm going to pick up another size 11 cranberry. And an O bead. So quick recap there. So we've got come out of the side of the size 11 here. We added 3 15s, 1 size 11 cranberry and an O bead here. I want to go back, so my thread's coming out of the cranberry to this side and I'm going to go back the opposite direction with my beading needle, which is of course going to be tricky. So I'm trying to keep my hands still for you to be able to see what I'm doing. So I've come back through the cranberry bead and there we have the loop that's formed our O bead there. And you're going to pick up new beads now, so we want 3 of the 15s. 1, 2, 3. What are you doing there? Let's get rid of him. And I'm going to go back through the size of the paisley bead here. So you want to take that beading needle and get through the hole in the paisley bead, and you'll notice that will give us a little side to our project. Like so. So my thread's coming out in between the cranberry and the paisley bead, and I'm going to take that back through. And I'm working my way around the top of these paisley beads again. So we've got our connector here, and I'm going back, and I'm going to go back until this paisley bead here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th paisley bead round, and we'll be adding this same effect on that side. So take your time, make sure you find those holes and we're not missing any beads or with our thread. One, 2, 3, 4. Out of the cranberry on the 5th one, and we're picking up. Same as we did on the other side, so we want 3 of the 15s. 1, 2, 3. Cranberry bead and O bead. We come through the cranberry bead in the opposite direction that we came out of it. And we pick up 3. And you come back through your paisley Okay. I'm going to bring this through. So this is the tail end, just to show you. So the tail end is coming out between these two paisleys here, and the direction of my thread is going this way. I'm going to take that down and I'm going to rejoin the thread. So I'm going back down, so through my cranberry actually there, through that size 11 cranberry bead, and down. So I'm going to the next row of the paisley beads. So the thread's hidden in between them, and through those. So here I've found the tail end of the project, and I'm going to actually tie these two together. So the tail end and the beading needle thread. So pulling them tight, and I'm taking that knot back through and out of the paisleys. There we go. And I'm going to trim with the precision scissors now the tail end, because I don't need that anymore. And I'm going to do a final knot off before with the beading needle end. So I'm going up through the Fireline, creating a loop, and then I'm going to knot. So I'm creating a knot in between the beads, and then we're going to go through that paisley there we are, and trim away the end of the thread. Okay. So that's our center one, and then we're going to have another set of these as well. So you've got the one with 11, and then we also have the ones with 9. So we've got 11, 2 9s either side, and another. So we'll be creating these as well. So you're going to do them in exactly the same way, but only with 9 Paisley Duo beads. And then I'll be showing you how we connect these together with our jump rings, and to finish off the end here as well. So we're going to leave you at this moment for you to make up the 4 in the 9s. So I've got 3, so I'll be making my 4th, and then we'll be joining these together. And I will be showing you how to make this end as well. We've created our spirals, and now we're going to create the necklace part of our project. So this part here that's going to run up until the fastener. In order to do this, I've now cut another length of Fireline, so I've cut about 70 centimeters, and I'm still working with the size 10 beading needle. What I want to do here is to pick up, so I'm going to pick up 4 of my size 15s onto the beading needle. So I've got 4 of the size 15s. I'm going to pick up my Cranberry coloured 11 and an O bead. I'm going to take that down the thread and leave about 8 centimeters of a tail end. You then want to go back through the Cranberry bead on the project and bring that beading needle up. So this is what we've got so far. And I'm going to pick up another 4 of the size 15s. And I'm going to go through my first paisley in this section. I'm not using the tapered end rather. I'm going to go through the middle section of the paisley bead. And I've got these two threads now. So the one coming from the seed beads is your tail end, and the one coming through the paisley bead is the beading needle thread. And I'm pulling that through to make a knot that's just going to sit next to the paisley bead. Hold that however you need to in order to get that knot tightened. Okay. Right, so I've tied that knot. I'm not going to cut away that thread, I just don't want it moving around as I'm trying to thread the rest of my project up. So there we've tied our knot, and I'm going to pick up 4 of my no, sorry, I'm not. I'm going to be going back through my beads to secure this end. So I just want to go up through the size 15s and up through the cranberry and O bead and back down. And that's got the tension more correct as well through that section there. So I'm coming through my bead, picking up 4 of the cranberry size 11s and my next paisley, which is going to sit here. And that's going to go through the paisley at the bottom and the tapered end of the next one. So they're sat side by side like so. And then we're going to pick up another 4 cranberries and the next paisley, which is going to sit into the other one. So through the top hole and the tapered hole on the bottom. And now we're going to pick up 4 of the size 15s in the black. And I'm coming back through the second paisley on our row. And up. And another 4 black size 15s, and we're coming back down and out through the paisley, the first one we started our row with. And I'm going to work my way back through the beads until I'm coming out of this side in order to get my next loop over here. So I'll be working my way through these ones. So I came up through that row of cranberries and down through the paisleys, through the next row of cranberries, and I'm out of the top, and I'm going to be picking up 4 more cranberry beads. I did get a little lost on my own project there, so forgive me for that, and I'm going to go back through the paisley bead and out. So I've got my next cranberries there. Pick up 4 size 15s and you're going to go back next to the cranberry bead and through your paisleys. So I'm coming out with my beading needle at the top there. I'm going to go through again and out this side. So I'm going to take that through the cranberries here. So I'm just going to turn my project around and weave through them. And then back through the paisleys and not the size 15s. Okay, so this is the right way with the 2 on the top. I'm going to pick up another 4 cranberries now, so you can kind of see black cranberry, 4 cranberries, and we're going through our paisley. And out of the tapered end of this paisley. Oops, avoid that naughty little size 15 that's very keen to be on my beading needle. Okay, now we're going to start our strand that's going to go up to the fastener. So we want 1, 2, 3, 4 of the size 15 and then a cranberry. And we're going to add, so from this point, this is how I would count it, 15 cranberries, and in between each cranberry there's going to be 4 of the black beads. If you want a longer length of necklace, you're just going to extend this section here, so you're just going to make that longer, but this is what I've used for this particular model that you'll be seeing here, so it's 15 of those beads. So I'm just going to be picking up the 4 and then a cranberry, and then we'll be adding our O bead at the top and coming back down, and I'll show you how to create that fab little effect with the 2 strands as well. So just as long as from this point we've got 15 of the cranberries spaced in between the 4s, so all the way up to the top. Okay, so we've gone and got the 15th one of our cranberries on there, and we're going to pick up our O bead and we're going back down. So O bead has gone on, and you're going to take the thread back through the cranberry. Move this down for you. Back through the cranberry bead, and pulling that tight. Perfect. And now we're going to pick up again. This time I'm going to pick up 4 and a cranberry and 4 more. But instead of picking up my next cranberry, I'm going to go through the cranberry that's already threaded. Like so. And so we're going to repeat that now, all the way back down until our bead's here. So I'm on the last cranberry bead of this row. before getting back to the section with the Paisley Duos. And just to finish this off, so we're going to go another 4 to here, so 4 size 15s, and through the paisley and out. And now I'm going to tie these ends off, same as we did on our spirals. So you go through, finding the fireline that's through the beads, and you make your loop, and then you take your beading needle back through that loop and you pull tightly, and then you're going back through your beads to hide the knot inside the beads. You can make these knots wherever you want, so you don't have to follow exactly my examples here. If you find it too hard to get in between the paisleys, for example, as I'm doing now, you can do it next to your cranberries on the other side. But try and follow the line of what we have already threaded. I'm going to do one more and then I'll be cutting this off. So I've just come out next to the black size 15s, and I'm going to grab that thread in between them. And I'm going to come out in between those two paisleys, and that way I can trim that end off and no thread will be on show. So get my precision scissors and chop that off. Here we go. So that's all hidden nicely. And all I have to do now is to pop my beading needle onto the tail end and hide that inside, do my knots and cut it off. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then I'm going to join you and show you how to connect now all the component parts together and our fastener, and then you'll have finished this beautiful project. We're going to start connecting all these wonderful pieces together using the 5mm jump rings. So you'll notice I've got the larger of our spirals here with my O beads, and I've just picked up one of my 5mm jump rings. This is how I prefer to open my jump rings. Some of you may have different tools, but just very simply a pair of, well, 2 pairs of flat nose pliers. And I'm going to hold the jump ring on the right hand side with the split of the jump ring facing away from me. I'm then going to take the opposite side of the jump ring with another pair of pliers, and then with my right hand I'm just going to bring the jump ring towards me, so to open it up. I'm now going to take that through the O bead, and then I'm going to take one of the 9, so the 9 Paisley Duo spirals we've created, and I'm going to pop that on the same jump ring, like so, so they're both on together. You'll notice I didn't let go with my right hand at all, and then all I'm going to do is take that side again. Please be careful not to crimp one of your O beads, because it will snap and then you'll have to start the whole spiral again. And when I'm ready, I'm just going to twist back, so I'm just going backwards towards the jump ring, and that will seal the jump ring perfectly. So that was the center. Pick up another bead, jump ring, pardon me. Pick that up through the O bead and another O bead. Close that together. So that's my center, the bigger spiral, and the 2 on the side. And now I'm going to attach the necklace chain. So getting my jump ring again, through and through, and we close that back. And then right down to the last O bead we had, where I'm going to be connecting my 10mm lobster claw clasp through and through the end of that clasp. Pop those down. I've cheated a little bit, I've connected some already, so that was those parts all connected, and I'm just going to connect the other side now. So I've just got my 2 O's to connect here, and we're going to go through that and the next one. And then I already had a jump ring on my fastener, so I'm going to take that off. And through and close. So now all the elements are connected together, and I really like this necklace, so please forgive me, because I just think that is really fab for our Astral Galaxy necklace. I just think it just reminds me as in we've gone into space with all those beautiful paisley beads. I hope you've enjoyed our tutorial today. Remember to give us a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, why not subscribe to our YouTube channel to watch all of our latest designs, and the new beads that come in will give you inspiration.